Okay, welcome back to Stuff in Excel. What we're going to do in this video is we're going to take a look at how you can use powerquery to upload data from the web. It's a really cool tool, and I think you're going to really like what you see. So I want to do a really quick video showing you how to extract data from a website so that you can analyze it. This is a really cool tool. It's really a cool way to get data that you found that you might want to analyze further. So let's go to a website that I found. It's a very simple website. I went to the ATF website for the federal government, and I happened to find this data. This is about theft and loss reports for firearms in the United States, and I think it's for 2023. Yes, it's for the annual year, January 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2023. And I found these data tables. They're really kind of interesting, but I'd like to download them and analyze them even a little bit further. In fact, this data table, you can't even see the whole thing, right? So how do I do that? Well, I'm going to copy the URL for this website. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Excel, and I'm going to go up to, we've seen this before, I'm going to go up into Data, and then I'm going to go over here to the Get and Transform Data window up here on the far left. But this time, I'm going to click From Web. Okay, now you can also get it to it eventually by going through Get Data, but it's available to us. We're just going to go From Web. So we're going to click on that, and it's going to bring up another dialog box for us that we can use. And there it is. It's going to say From Web. It's going to say Basic or Advanced. We're going to just do Basic, and I'm going to right-click in there. I'm going to paste my URL. So I'm going to do that, and now it's what it's going to do. I'm going to say, okay, it's going to go out and find this URL. So I click OK, and it's going out there to find this on the internet. And of course, this requires that your computer be hooked up to the internet, right? So now I've got this window that's popping up, and this window should look really familiar to you. This is the extraction window that we see for powerquery, even when we did get it from a file. Now it's going to give us different types of information. Remember, it tells us that's the file, but it gives us different tables of data. So document is not what I want. That's just a heading. That's nothing. If I go to calendar year 2003, that's going to give me the types by type of loss. So that's kind of an interesting file, I guess. But this is a more interesting file because I get all this by state. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply grab this data, and I can either load it or transform it. Let's just say we're going to transform it. I click Transform, and it's going to go through the process now of loading this data up into powerquery and into the powerquery editor. And we've seen this before, right? This is the same editor we've seen before, and you can go through and do all the data cleaning that you might want to do on it. You can use all those steps and tools. For example, maybe we don't really want the number of reports, we just want the number of firearm counts. So we can go through and get rid of, for instance, the burglary report column. I can remove that column. Actually, I want to get rid of that. I want to get rid of larceny reports and robbery reports and loss reports. Is where people just lost a firearm. I don't know how you lose a firearm, but they did. And so we'll just remove those columns and hit remove, and it's going to remove all those columns, and now we've got those columns together, and we can actually get rid of the total reports column. We don't need it. So we've now gotten rid of some stuff where we've removed columns, and actually if you add up 175 plus 1 plus 10 plus 64, you're going to get 250. So I know that this column is correct, and so now I can start to analyze this data if I wanted to run a pivot table on it. All I have to do is hit close and load, and it's going to close and load that to my Excel. Remember, this was in a data file on the internet. It wasn't in Excel before. Now it's getting the data, and sure enough, there it is, and I can now work with this data in Excel format. So just a really quick tool for getting data off the web. And by the way, you can also get it from PDF files the same way. Well, that was a lot of fun, and hopefully you found it interesting. This is a great tool. powerquery is a great tool for downloading data that you found on the internet so that you can get it into a format that you can analyze it and work with it and maybe get some of your own insights. So hopefully that was helpful. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you liked the video, and we'll see you real soon right here on Stuff in Excel.